That's something I think he's going to have to explain.
Yes. He's in.
Bob, I'm staying.
Yeah, what do you think? It's council. Yeah.
Oh, he didn't? Well, he's.
First have two hours. That is birthday. Council, I don't know. I would like for the mayor to stand. I don't know.
Why don't we go back there?
Get kicked out.
What's up, Jim? You got a call from your buddy today.
Who's that?
Email it to me.
I like that door better.
I got to email you things. I forgot his name, but he owns the tent company. The tent
He
company.
called.
Oh, it was a nice conversation. He's a nice guy. What's his Bob. He's a nice guy. He's a long-time Joliet businessman.
You sick or? Yeah. No, we do have. Okay.
Yeah, John.
Hey, we're going to closed session.
So that's a big curveball.
I haven't given it much thought. I'll see what it said tonight.
Can I ask who? We can't talk about that. Oh, I know.
$750,000.
How you doing, babe?
Where are they going to pull the money from?
I don't see that changing much now.
Right. But it's just how much.
Whenever you're ready, you let me know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
At this time, I'll call to order the special council meeting, December 21st, 2015. The Honorable Mayor Robert Odekirk presiding. Mayor?
Start with roll call. Mayor Odekirk.
Here.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Here.
Councilman Girl.
Here.
Councilman Hug.
Here?
Councilman McFarland.
Here.
Councilman Morris.
Here.
Councilman Mudrin.
Here.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Here.
Councilman Turk.
Here.
First on the agenda is citizens to be heard on agenda items. Christopher Pedersen.
Statesman IFB Pro Christopher Pedersen 702 Vine Street, Joel, North 6045. To this distinguished body of councilmen and councilwomen, I want to address full council, legal counsel, and Chief City Manager James Hack in the direction of our great city of Joliet, City of Champions, Crossroads, America, and the 2016 fully amended budget is going to be fully adopted by our city council. I want to make sure that our proper amendments are put in place and our city council takes action with the final vote to fully adopt it for our great city and the state of Illinois. If I could have council's full approval of administration, I would appreciate it.
Thanks for your comments, Chris.
Jim Lynch.
The Mayor, council members, my name is Jim Lynch. I think you can guess why I'm here. My wife and I have been volunteers at the Rialto for 15 years now, and I want to encourage all of you to vote positively on the $600,000 funding for the Rialto, and that you do it tonight. I say that because of my own experience dealing with guests, our customers who come to the Rialto, who very much enjoy that venue and the kind of entertainment that we have there. I was thinking also as I drive into the city, I see the big billboard about the excitements in Joliet. Just earlier today, I looked at the video of the Christmas parade, and there's a big float going down there and has a big heart, and says downtown is the heart of Joliet. Rialto is very much a part of that heart, and I very much encourage you to do your best to allow it to continue. Thank you, and Merry Christmas.
You too, thank you.
Tim Shanahan.
Mayor and City Council, I appreciate the opportunity to
address you, and this is concerning the Rialto. I don't live in Joliet, but I've been a Will County resident for over 50 years. I currently reside in rural Manhattan for over 30 years, and before that, my formative years were spent in New Lenox. And growing up in New Lenox, I grew up in Lincolnwood Hills, which at the time was out in the country. Now it's Lowe's and Target. But as a teenager, young teenager, it's hard to believe that we actually had bus service. Some of the old timers like myself might remember, but Warning Charter Service ran daily bus service from Chicago Heights to Joliet, which gave me an opportunity to leave the cornfields and get down to Joliet, to get down to the Rialto, to get down to the Princess, to get down to the Mode for entertainment. And for shopping, it was a Sears, it was Penny's, it was Woolworths, and my favorite store was the White Store. So some of them been around a while would remember that. But then, you know, with the advent of the shopping malls, the downtown area just kind of fell into disrepair. You know, it didn't have occasion to go down. Was raised in a family, didn't have the discretionary income to come down. And when I finally had the family raised, and it seemed like some years ago that Joliet was making another transformation. I could see that the city was spending some major dollars to beautify the area. You had Harrah's move in. You had the county move into the Sears store, which helped get some people down here. And the Rialto was always an anchor there. And thanks to Dorothy Maverich that it continued on. So I've had occasion recently, I've been a star member of the Rialto for 10 years, about 10 years now. So I come down to Joliet all the time. I patronize Juliet's, I patronize Chicago Street Bar and Grill, and I patronize the Tin Roof. And on show nights, it's hard to get a table or hard to get served in any one of those establishments. And I think Councilman Girl made reference to that over at Chicago Street Pub, that it was too deep at Chicago Street Pub. So with that being said, I've also, and I could go anywhere for my entertainment and for my eating. There's a lot of competition, but I've chose to come down to downtown Joliet. I come downtown Joliet on non-Rialto nights to Juliet's. I've made friends at Chicago Street Pub. I've made friends, but if I go down there on the non-Rialto nights, it's a ghost town. So, and we had the proprietor from the Tin Roof here. I mean, I was listening to what he was saying, is that without the Rialto and the activity down here, you know, it's a struggle in any business, but without the Rialto, I think that he's pretty much saying the writing be on the wall, that it'd be difficult for him to continue on. So with that being said, that you know, the economic impact they discussed a little bit, the 2012 study was $7 million. You know, it hasn't been updated recently, but you know, non-scientific study that when there is not a show at the Rialto, I can see the economic impact because I'm down here. There is no one down here. So I would just ask you to approve the funding for the Rialto. And Mayor, I really excited about your comments about having to find a permanent funding source so you folks don't have to go through this and the Rialto doesn't have to go through this. So my goal, that we could all work together, is to get the Rialto back to its former glory in the city of Joliet, the downtown area, back to what it used to be. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other citizens to be heard? Seeing none, there was a request for a closed session at this time. Is there a motion to go into closed session to discuss personnel, land acquisition or conveyance, pending or threatened litigation, after which we'll reconvene the meeting?
So moved. Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman McFarland.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudron.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Motion carried.
So we